The ruins of Veltrax's prime were deadly still beneath the pall of night. Not just a few weeks ago, the Death Guard Legion made their presence known in the sector. As they took over, they brought decay and death to outposts and important cities alike. The casualties of the growing invasion were now counted in the hundreds of millions.
Cursed of the brittle shackles, the corpse throne has clamped around your souls, my withering brothers and sisters. For these shattered cities, the soil in which his joyous plague shall bloom anew. Accept grandfather's generous gifts, and your flesh will swell with strength undreamt of. Only through the fertile caress of decay can humanity shed its husk of lies and bloom anew, laughing, unafraid, and forever beyond the reach of distant tyrants.
Among the wreckage, nestled in the crumbling ruins of the once proud city, a unit of Space Marine Eliminators of the Raven Guard Legion lay and wait. Their armor swathed in active camo, rendering them as little more than wraiths in the darkness. One of their marksmen, Brother Kael Varos, exhaled slowly. His weapon nestled against his shoulder, its scope painting a silent rune over his target, a traitor warlord carrying out an obscure, dark ritual, but oblivious to their presence. The Raven Guard unit remained motionless. The only sound was the faint whisper of augmetic lenses adjusting, the distant howl of the wind threading through the shattered ruins. Then came the signal, a single click over the Vox, and Brother Varos pulled the trigger. In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, death comes in many ways, but oftentimes it does so silently. Across blasted battlefields and corpse-choked ruins, unseen hunters lie in wait. These snipers are the patient reapers of the galaxy's endless wars. Killers who can end a life with a single perfect shot. From the shadows of Imperial hive cities to the jungles of alien death worlds, their tales are whispered with equal measures of fear and awe. Each faction in the galaxy, from the zealous Imperium of mankind to the voracious Xenos hordes, each fields its own deadly marksmen or similar specialized organisms. What follows is an exploration of these peerless sharpshooters, their weapons, their tactics, their gear, and the legendary deeds that have made them infamous. Stick with us through this lore exploration and help us answer the ultimate question. Which faction has the greatest sniper in all of Warhammer 40K? Among the many warriors of the Adeptus Astartes, few embody the art of precision killing like the Eliminators. These silent executioners are the sniper specialists of the Primaris Space Marines, equipped with the finest long-range weaponry and trained to eliminate high-value targets with uncanny accuracy. Whether striking down enemy commanders, disrupting battlefield logistics, or sowing confusion before an assault, the Eliminators ensure that the Emperor's foes die before they even sense the threat. Eliminators are drawn from the most patient and disciplined of the Adeptus Astartes. Unlike conventional Space Marine scouts or snipers, Eliminators work in 3-man fire teams, each functioning as a complete, self-sufficient unit. Their tactics emphasize highly mobile, adaptable positioning, striking from extreme ranges before vanishing into obscurity. Each member of an Eliminator team is trained to switch roles seamlessly, ensuring that if one falls, the others can continue the mission. These roles typically consist of the shooter, who is the primary marksman, responsible for executing the kill shot. The spotter, who uses advanced optics and auspex systems to calculate wind, distance, and enemy movement, ensuring every shot is as lethal as possible. Also serves as a secondary shooter. Lastly is the saboteur, who manages distraction tactics, sabotage operations, and setting up escape routes, ensuring the team remains undetected. While many chapters employ Eliminators, their methods align most closely with those of the Raven Guard, or the Raptors, whose strategies revolve around assassination, precision strikes, and crippling the enemy with calculated surgical fire. Eliminators wear Phobos pattern power armor, a lighter variant of the standard Mark X armor, engineered for stealth and mobility. Its servos are fine-tuned for stealth movement, and its matte black plating ensures minimal reflection, blending into the battlefield shadows. Integrated chameleon cloaks provide additional concealment, rendering them nearly invisible when stationary. Their war gear is among the most advanced in the Imperium, tailored for precision, adaptability, and stealth. The bolt sniper rifle is their primary weapon, a highly customizable instrument of death, capable of firing 3 distinct types of specialized ammunition. Hyper-frag rounds unleash small explosive payloads, ideal for clearing clustered enemy positions in a single calculated shot. Mortis rounds, silent and armor-piercing, can punch through ceramite and reinforced plating with lethal efficiency. For the most elusive of prey, executioner rounds employ advanced target-seeking technology to ensure no target escapes death. When a sniper rifle proves impractical, Eliminators wield the Instigator Bolt Carbine, a semi-automatic bolt weapon designed for suppressive fire and close engagements. To enhance their stealth capabilities, they don chameleon cloaks, specially woven garments that shift in color and texture to match the surrounding environment, rendering them nearly invisible. Further ensuring their movements go undetected, Omni-Scramblers and Vox Disruptors jam enemy scanners and communications, severing their foes from reinforcements and leaving them isolated, vulnerable, and doomed. The enemy never sees them. The enemy never hears them. The only sign of their presence is the sudden bloodied corpse of a leader who moments before, who believed himself untouchable. When the Necrons turn their implacable gaze to assassination, they dispatch the eerie DEATHMARKS, specialized android killers that all but redefine the concept of stealth. A DEATHMARK is a Necron sniper of terrifying patience and skill, an automaton with a singular directive to hunt select prey. Even in ancient days, when the Necron tier were flesh. The ones who became DEATHMARKS were famed for their uncanny precision and patience. Now, however, in cold metal bodies, their lethality is unmatched. DEATHMARKS do not just hide behind cover or in cloaked fields. They reside out of phase, lurking in a pocket dimension just a hair's breadth outside reality. Like most Necrons, their technology lies far beyond the realm of mortal comprehension. And so it is that from this hyperspace vantage, they observe battlefields in relative safety, unseen and intangible, like ghosts watching mortal folly. At the chosen moment, a DEATHMARK will silently slip back into real space, appearing as if from thin air, to fulfill their mission and end their prey's life. One horrifying aspect of their attack is the targeting mark. Before pulling the trigger, a DEATHMARK often projects a green holographic sigil above the head of its chosen victim. So no matter where it goes, or where it tries to escape, the DEATHMARK can always locate them. Hence their name. With a hollow-eyed stare and the green glow of its single ocular sensor, the NECRON lines up its synaptic disintegrator rifle and fires. This sinister weapon doesn't shoot bullets or lasers. It projects a quantum beam that disrupts neural pathways and shreds synapses. Victims often die before they realize they've been attacked, their brains fried in an instant. The moment the shot is taken, the DEATHMARK vanishes again into its between dimensions hiding place, making retaliation almost impossible. Very few who witness that halo survive to warn others. In battle, commanders targeted by DEATHMARKS are there one moment, then simply crumple to the ground the next, lifeless, as panic spreads through their troops. With no feelings whatsoever, an eerie silence and otherworldly precision, the NECRON DEATHMARKS embody the harvester aspect of death itself. Inevitable, unerring, and utterly without pity.
Wretched amalgamations of meat and metal, shackled to ignorance by your faith. Do you truly believe you can stop us? We, who have shattered our very gods and enslaved them to our will. The stars were young when our empire was ascendant, and when the last of them die, we alone will remain. For we are immortal.
The very idea of an orc sniper seems like a cruel joke to most Imperial commanders. After all, orcs are known for their love of noisy, brutal close-up fights, and dakka sprayed wildly in all directions. Yet, the orc psyche holds a concept of low cunning, a trait embodied by the furtive warriors known as commandos. These green-skinned special op mobs occasionally include SNIPA-BOYZ, orcs who have taken a liking to picking off foes from a distance. They employ a scoped big shooter, which is essentially a large caliber machine gun, rigged with a telescopic sight. These SNIPA-BOYZ will patiently line up a shot on an enemy sentry or officer, then shoot, taking his head clean off in a shower of gore. We have to mention that for an orc, being patient is already too much to ask. It might be a whole few minutes, or even a couple of hours of not shooting. So they really have to restrain themselves from any action to line up and accomplish these kinds of shots. Orc snipers lack the finesse of an AELDARI or the discipline of an Imperial marksman. What they do have is raw, orky ingenuity. If a scope helps them hit a humie's eye from across the field, then by Mork, they'll slap a scope on the biggest gun they've got and give it a go. Surprisingly, these crude snipers can sow terror effectively. The Imperium learned this the hard way on Armageddon, where the infamous boss NECRON and his Red Skull commandos prowled the jungles. SNIPA himself preferred knives in the dark, but his cadre of commandos made excellent use of silencers, camouflage war paint, and coordinated strikes. Typically, a SNIPA-BOYZ idea of subtlety might still involve painting himself in camo, often just smearing mud and soot across his bright green face and maybe putting a muffler on his shooter. Of course, once a fight really kicks off, most orc snipers drop the pretense and join the frenzied charge with a joyous bellow, their patience spent. Still, those first quiet kills before the wall fully erupts are proof that even the bluntest weapon can, on rare occasions, be an instrument of deadly precision. In the dark city of Camorra and the poison-laced arenas of the DRUKHARI, patience is a rarer virtue. The Dark Eldar live for excess and agony. Among these piratical sadists, there are those who find artistic pleasure in the long-distance kill. DRUKHARI sharpshooters are not organized in dedicated sniper units like other factions. But the Kabbalite warriors of the Dark City often carry long-barreled splinter rifles that can be used with chilling precision. Firing hypervelocity shards of crystalline poison, a well-aimed splinter round can silently fell a target and leave them convulsing in nerve-searing torment some moments later. Some veteran Kabbalite marksmen load their splinter ammo with exotic toxins brewed in the homunculized flesh labs, extremely potent venoms that can slay even a space marine with a single cut. These Dark Eldar snipers prefer to strike from the shadows, shooting down sentries or picking off enemy leaders for sport. On raids, a DRUKHARI may find a perch in a high derelict building and spend hours watching an unsuspecting fortress, selecting the most interesting victim to be the first kill. Scourges, the winged mercenaries of Camorra, sometimes act as long-range assassins as well, using their flight to gain perfect vantage points, armed with dark lances, which are weapons that fire lances of pure black light, capable of coring out even vehicles, or splinter cannons, which the Scourges can use to rain death from above with sniper-like accuracy. The DRUKHARI attitude toward sniping is often one of cruel amusement. They lack the discipline of the Craftworld Rangers, but make up for it with theatrical flair. A favorite Dark Eldar tactic is to intentionally wound a distant enemy commander, rather than kill them outright. Then watch as panic and pain spread through the victim's ranks, savoring the spectacle before finishing the job with an expertly placed shot. While not as heralded in lore as the long rifle wielders of other races, the Dark Eldar's covert killers have harvested countless souls with patience and a wicked smile. In the end, whether by blade or by bullet, the DRUKHARI live to deliver death, and a victim who never even sees the face of their killer can be a deliciously frightful outcome. Beneath the boughs of alien forests, or atop the crystal spires of forgotten worlds, the Eldari Rangers move like whispers of the wind, lethal and silent. These Rangers are usually outcasts from their own craft worlds. But why does this happen? Why are they outcasts? In order to counter the insidious allure of the Chaos God Slaanesh, who ceaselessly seeks to claim their souls, the craftworld Eldari, known as the Asuryani, adhere to a rigorous discipline of emotional control. This discipline is encapsulated in the Asuryani path system, a structured approach to life where individuals dedicate themselves to mastering a single craft or discipline at a time. By focusing all of their energy on perfecting one path, they avoid the emotional turmoil that could lead to Slaanesh's influence. Once they have achieved mastery in one area, they may transition to another path, thus maintaining a balance between discipline and personal growth. However, not all Asuryani are suited to this strict regimen. Some find it difficult to concentrate on a single path, their minds restless and yearning for variety. Others are afflicted with wanderlust, an insatiable desire to explore beyond the confines of their craft worlds. Then there are those who chafe against the rigid societal structures of the Asuryani, feeling stifled by the restrictions imposed upon them. These Asuryani outcasts have forsaken the strict paths of their craft worlds to walk the path of the outcast, living as nomads and scouts.
The young do not desire the discipline of the path, but rather their curiosity drives them to try every fruit from the tree. Thus it is that so many take the path of wandering, or the path of damnation in their first years of adulthood. And so, the great tragedy of our kind is played out, again and again, as the number of our people shrink from generation to generation.
Clad in chameleon cloaks that render them nearly invisible, Eldari Rangers carry elegant long rifles, grown from psycho-reactive wraith bone. Each such rifle is a work of art, psycho-crafted by bone singers to amplify the wielder's preternatural senses. The pan-spectral scopes on these rifles are equally wondrous. They allow the ranger to see across multiple spectra: infrared, ultraviolet, even psychic emanations, meaning no cloaking field or sorceress veil can hide a target for long. An Eldar Ranger will wait motionless for days, heart slowed in a meditative trance, until the skeins of fate align and the optimal moment to fire presents itself. Then a single muffled crack issues from the shadows, and an enemy commander falls with no warning. The bodyguards baffled as to why their leader has suddenly collapsed. Of all rangers, the one known as Illic Nightspear is legendary. This ageless pathfinder of craftworld Elitok has walked the outcast path for millennia, and is said to know the secret webway paths to appear on any planet unheralded. His skill with his rifle Voidbringer is unrivaled. Many a mighty warlord has met their end at Nightspear's icy gaze. Orc war bosses, Necron overlords, chaos champions, even well-protected Imperial generals have been struck down by Illic's bullets before they had ever heard the shot. Illic has traversed the path of the outcast for so long that it has become unclear whether he can truly depart from it. His existence is now defined by an endless journey through the galaxy, driven by a mysterious agenda that only his closest acolytes seem to understand. They whisper among themselves that this hidden purpose is contributing to holding back the impending doom of the Ranadandra, the apocalyptic event foretold in Eldar prophecy. His path is fraught with peril, yet it is this very freedom that allows him to pursue his enigmatic goals, ever vigilant and ever moving. In service to the Adeptus Mechanicus, the cybernetically augmented SKITARII bring a very different philosophy to sniping. The SKITARII Rangers march to war with long-barreled galvanic rifles and arcane transuranic arquebuses blessed by the machine god. These weapons epitomize the cold precision of Mars. The transuranic arquebus in particular fires a dense depleted transuranium shell with such velocity that it can punch straight through a battle tank's hull, the pressure wave pulverizing the crew into a red paste within. Outfitted with bionic limbs and targeting implants, SKITARII sniper teams require no rest and feel no fear. They crawl into optimal firing positions with mechanical patience, their optics glowing red in the gloom as they track targets via data-fed telemetry. Mindful of the unforgiving Martian landscape, the SKITARII Rangers have undergone a radical transformation. From the knees down, their legs have been surgically removed and replaced with advanced cybernetic augmentations. These enhancements not only grant them stability and mobility across rocky, dusty terrains, but also imbue them with remarkable stamina. This allows them to pursue their quarry relentlessly, traversing vast expanses of barren wasteland without fatigue. The Rangers are notorious for their ability to hunt a foe until it exhausts itself, driven by a determination that is as much a product of their mechanical enhancements as it is of their unwavering dedication to the Adeptus Mechanicus and the Omnissiah. The unit is led by an Alpha, typically armed with a radium or arc pistol, and a close combat weapon such as a power sword, taser goad, or arc maul. The Alpha's role is crucial as they coordinate the team's efforts and ensure that no enemy escapes their relentless pursuit. A SKITARII Ranger's enhanced brain may calculate windage and Coriolis effects in a microsecond, and when the trigger is pulled, the Omnissiah's vengeance is delivered at near light speed. There are accounts from the Forge worlds of assassinations performed with inhuman efficiency. Enemy commanders killed from impossibly long range, their heads exploding before the crack of the rifle shot was heard. Such feats are the work of the tech priests' remorseless sharpshooters, for whom war is just ballistics and calculus. To the SKITARII, the sniper's art is simply another equation to be solved in the quest for the Omnissiah's truth. On shattered spire tops and in bombed-out hab blocks, the Vindicare assassins perch like ghosts. Trained by the Officio Assassinorum Vindicare Temple, these operatives are the Imperium's ultimate snipers. Cold, patient killers who reduce war to one squeeze of the trigger. Each Vindicare is armed with an Exitus rifle, a bespoke, long-range tool of precision. And they have been known to wait in position for weeks, months, even years for the perfect shot. By meditating and slowing their metabolism to a near hibernation, a Vindicare can remain as motionless as stone, their heart beating just once every minute, until their target shows itself. When the moment comes, they strike with superhuman precision. It is said that a Vindicare can hit a victim's jugular vein, or even their pupil, from extreme range, threading the bullet through maze-like ruins and smokestacks to find its mark. In one notable vindication of this deadly art, the Vindicare operative Djedris Garamak famously maintained a hidden post for 6 years to eliminate the Dark Eldar pirate lord Skyknife with a single shot. Likewise, the assassin Marius Skult earned renown for taking the head of Orc war boss Urgak the Unstoppable, a hulking brute, felled by one perfect bullet. Time and again, rebellions and alien warlords have been ended by the inglorious death delivered from a Vindicare's rifle. These assassins melt away after the kill, leaving nothing as evidence that they were ever there. Or, if further damage needs to be done, booby traps, grenades, or other deadly devices that often catch the forces sent after them off guard. If you want to learn more about this specific assassin, you can check out our dedicated video in which we explore more fascinating details about this long-range killer of the Imperium. On the far side of the galaxy, the young Tau Empire approaches warfare with cool rationality and advanced technology, and their snipers are no exception. Lacking psychic intuition or centuries of training, the Tau instead rely on sophisticated equipment and coordination to achieve the perfect shot. The most renowned long-range units in the Tau arsenal are the sniper drone teams. These consist of unmanned MV-71 sniper drones, each armed with an anti-personnel long-shot pulse rifle, or sometimes a rail rifle, guided by a single Tau spotter firesight marksman, who constantly scans the battlefield and areas of operations. The drones themselves are sleek, disc-like automata, equipped with advanced targeting arrays, target lock systems, and stealth field generators. They hover soundlessly in concealed positions, nearly invisible as they wait for their controller's mark. The firesight marksman hides nearby under his own cloaking field, surveying the battlefield through a networked marker light. When a high-priority target presents itself, the spotter designates it with a laser marker, and the sniper drones execute a synchronized volley of hyper-velocity rounds. Enemies are often struck down without ever hearing a gunshot. The drone's pulse rounds are accelerated to such speed that the crack is faint and distant. Imperial veterans have recounted battles where officers fell dead with smoking holes punched through their helmet eye lenses, as if some unseen assassin was picking off the leadership one by one. In addition to drones, the Tau employ Pathfinder teams equipped with rail rifles, linear accelerator weapons that fire solid projectiles at a significant fraction of light speed. A Pathfinder rail sniper can punch a hole clean through an armored personnel carrier from across the battlefield. Often, these infantry snipers work in tandem with drones, using marker lights to guide each other's fire. The alien calm of the Tau is evident in their marksmen. There is no triumph or bloodlust in a sniper's kill, merely the efficient removal of an obstacle for the greater good. Within the vast hosts of chaos, one can find twisted reflections of nearly every Imperial tactic, snipers included. The most common Chaos snipers are the traitor guardsmen, these former Astra Militarum who have turned their backs on the Emperor to serve dark gods or rebellious warlords. These heretic guardsmen, often called the Lost and the Damned, retain their training in marksmanship even after forsaking their oaths. Hiding amidst ruins with camo cloaks daubed in profane symbols, these turncoats use their guard-issue sniper rifles or stolen longlas to assassinate Imperial officers and sow confusion, just as they once did to the enemies of mankind. Their loyalty has shifted, but their skill with the crosshair has not diminished. A fact many an Imperial commissar has learned at the bitter end of a traitor's bullet. During the bloody campaigns of the Sabbat Worlds, for example, Chaos cultist sharpshooters dueled with Imperial scouts in the rubble of cities, proving that the Dark God servants can shoot straight when needed. Among the heretic Astartes, the Chaos Space Marines, dedicated snipers are somewhat rarer, as the legions of old favor bolter and blade in brutal close assault. Still, certain legions and warbands have produced lethal marksmen to rival any loyalist. The Alpha Legion, ever steeped in deception, is known to employ operatives skilled in infiltration and marksmanship. Even among Chaos Space Marines themselves, individual champions sometimes earn a reputation for uncanny shooting skill. A traitor Marine from the Emperor's Children is reputed to make kill shots at impossible distances, taking down many enemies with the deadly shots and treating the act of sniping as a perverse art to be perfected. For him, each kill is an ecstatic act to savor rather than a duty. In the demon world of Zagral, it is said this traitor set up a macabre shooting gallery, releasing prisoners across toxic salt flats, only to pick them off one by one from miles away, offering their deaths up to Slanesh in blasphemous tribute. Barthuza Narek was once a warrior of the Word-Bearers Legion, a devoted son of Lorgar, until he saw the depths of his Primarch's fanaticism and recoiled in disgust. Unlike his brethren who eagerly embraced demonic corruption, Narek remained a pragmatist, valuing discipline and martial prowess over blind faith. As the Horus heresy raged, he became more of a renegade, neither loyalist nor traitor, hunting those he deemed threats to his own cryptic agenda. Armed with his deadly sniper rifle, he operated from the shadows, eliminating key figures from both Imperial and Chaos forces alike. Whether he sought redemption, vengeance, or simply to carve his own path amid the flames of war, none could say. but every kill he made sent ripples through the battlefields of the Age of Darkness. In all these ways, Chaos shows that no tactic is beneath notice. The sniper's art, patience, precision, one shot, one kill, can serve the dark purposes of the ruinous powers, just as it serves the Imperium. And perhaps it is more frightening, in a way, to imagine the disciplined trigger finger guided not by duty or honor, but by madness, vengeance, or dark zeal. The Leagues of VOTANN are not to be left behind, as they deploy specialized units adept in reconnaissance and precision strikes. Among these, the Hernken Jaegers stand out as elite infantry trained for the most perilous missions beyond the core territories of the Leagues. Within the Jaegers, the Riflekin serve as the primary sniper units, equipped with Magna Coil sniper rifles, advanced weapons that deliver lethal projectiles at remarkable velocities, capable of penetrating even the most formidable defenses. To enhance their stealth capabilities, specialized cloaks provide camouflage across various environments, allowing them to blend seamlessly into their surroundings. Operating in small, autonomous teams, these snipers provide critical overwatch and execute high-value targets, ensuring the success of the League's strategic objectives in hostile territories and defensive operations alike. Across the grim darkness of the far future, where every war is a desperate struggle for survival, the art of the sniper remains a rare but deadly craft. From the spectral eliminators of the Adeptus Astartes to the cold, calculating DEATHMARKS of the NECRONs, each faction wields its own silent executioners, striking down enemies before they even know that they're being hunted. But who in your mind is the deadliest sniper unit in the galaxy? Is it the infallible aim of the VINDICARE assassin? The cunning patience of the Alpha Legion marksman? Or perhaps the delicate yet deadly mastery of killing of the Eldar Rangers? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this lore exploration into the deadliest sniper units of the 41st millennium, consider supporting us on Patreon or becoming a YouTube channel member. You'll get early access to our videos, exclusive behind-the-scenes contents, and an invite to our Discord server. And it is your support that helps us keep creating high-quality content. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.